All right. Well, to be on this evening, and basically just returning from my vacation, met some very are sick, they're ignorant. And my approach now going forward is more geared to, and that's basically, because of the storm and so on. But it's good to be on. It's good to be here. As I said, I met so many persons over the past 10 days or 5 days that I've been away. And I've shared with so many persons I've met. So I actually, for the first time, did a cruise, and it was really fun. It was really, really fun. I was in the Bahamas, I was in the Turks and Caicos, I was in Puerto Rico, and it was nice. I met a lot of persons, a lot of Jamaicans in the diaspora um, as well. And I couldn't help because you come across so many persons who are not well, and I'm just excited about sharing with them what I call the formula for health. The formula for health, and the formula for health is no secret. Um, what is the secret to healing? Wasn't another supplement, detox, or medication, but instead was water. So many people will admit that water is life. Water is life. Water is life. And I said, if water is life and people are sick, people are not well, then surely if you are not well, then and water equals life, because when you get sick, if you continue in that particular trajectory, then you're going to die. If water is life, then a part of the protocol, a part of the program to get better should include water. You know, I tell persons, before the earth was created, there was water. As astronauts look for different planets to inhabit, one of the very important things that they look for to sustain life is water. And yeah, so water is very important. And uh, when I talk to persons, um, I'm talking to person about what I call a cellular hydration. So there's a book that I have out now. It's called The Cellular Hydration Revolution, and it speaks about the revolution in the cell, the cellular hydration revolution, and it's really about information to help people to improve their health, right? Because the body heals itself. The body heals itself. The body knows no disease by name, so the body doesn't know diabetes, the body knows cancer, the body doesn't know any disease by a label. These labels only exist outside the body. The body does two things very well. The body heals itself and the body protects itself. And so one of the fundamental questions that we have to ask is, um, if the body is not healing itself, what's wrong? Because something must be wrong. If the body is not healing itself, something must be wrong. And in this book that I've just completed, I've actually completed two books. One is the Cellular Hydration Revolution. The other one is um, Jamaican Alkaline Recipe Guide, Jamaican Alkaline Recipe, 90 or 90 recipes to help persons to move from a state of acidity to alkalinity. And what I call the formula for health, because every single thing has a formula. One of the reasons why when you take up your cell phone and dial somebody, you don't get frightened, you're not surprised when somebody actually answers on the other end of the line. It is because that phone is built on a technology. That technology basically is a result of formulas, right? So the creator, the inventor of the phone basically had formulas that they worked out, that when those formulas are worked out, it creates a consistent, reliable result all the time. That is the truth for your cell phone. That is true for your car. That is true for every technology. So every technology that we have and every technology that we use every day is the result of technology. All right. I want to be slow. And if you agree with me, if you agree with me, let me know on the chat. Every technology that we use right now is the result of a formula, or it is the result of formulas combined to give us the technology that we have. All right. So because it is based on formulas, then guess what? The result is predictable, the result is consistent, and the result is cyclical. Right. So because the formula, when the formula is inputted, a series of events take place which produce predictable results. That's the reason why we're not surprised when we call somebody and the person who we intend to call answers at the end of the call. I mean, every now and then calls will get crisscrossed and somebody else will answer who's not supposed to answer. But for the moment, the car usually starts. If the car doesn't start, then it's not something that we expect. Now, the reason for that is because all of these technologies are based on formulas. These formulas are predictable. All right. Now, because these formulas are predictable, they work all the time. I want to submit to you that our health is no different. There is a formula for health that if we understand that formula, if we apply the formula, the result is supposed to be predictable. The result is supposed to be consistent. All right. We should get better. It shouldn't be a trial or error. All right. When we apply the formula for health, or if we apply the formula for health, or if we apply any formula accurately, the result should be predictable. All right. If we all agree on that. All right. Let me know if you agree on that. All right. Now, I want to submit to you that our health is no different. Our health is based on specific formulas. All right. It is based on a specific formula that if that formula is obeyed, when that formula is obeyed, the result is going to be the same. We are going to be healthy. All right. Now, if it is that we disobey the laws of these formulas, because formulas are usually based on laws, if we disobey the laws of these formulas, then the opposite is what we realize. Right. So the formula for health, when we obey the laws, then the result is predictable health. If we disobey those laws, then the result is also predictable, which is sickness, which is disease. All right. All right. A state of disharmony. That's what disease is. Disease is a state of disharmony. Once the laws of health are obeyed, then the result is going to be predictable, which is harmony, which is health. All right. Now, I've put together in this book, I go into great detail. So this evening I want to share with you a little bit from my book, The Cellular Hydration. It's on Amazon. So you go on Amazon and type it in, it's there. And from this book, or from these two books, The Cellular Hydration Revolution and the Jamaican Alkaline Recipe Guide, I've created a program, right? And I want to talk about that. So there's one book that focuses on a protocol, and then there is another book that focuses on eating and lifestyle. So these two books combined, I've used them to create a program that I want to share with you. All right, and this program is what I call the formula for health. All right, so the formula for health is really H3O2 plus M plus A equals hydration. So it's H3O2 plus M plus A equals hydration. And I'll explain what these letters mean. So H3O2 is what they call structured water. And I'll talk a little bit more about it. Structured water. So it is structured water, or some will call it easy water. So H3O2 is structured water or easy water, as some call it. And there are a lot of other names out there for it. Plus M, which is minerals. The M stands for minerals. Plus A, the A stands for absorption, equals hydration. Now, why is that formula important? It's important because most people don't understand the importance of these components, and most persons get sick. When I tell persons that a lot of the sicknesses that most people have is rooted, for example, in dehydration, some people's natural response is, hey, well, Dr. Ben, I drink a lot of water. That's usually the response that we get from persons. What you're saying could not be true because I drink a lot of water. So then I have to begin to educate persons about H3O2. What is that specific water? Then it's plus M. M is symbolic of minerals. And that mineral is in the form of salt. Right? Then person said to me, Dr. Ben, that could not be true, or that could not work because I'm hypertensive and I'm constantly warned that I should avoid salt. Then that statement helped us to understand the amount of ignorance that exists as it relates to salt. Then there's a third part of the formula, which is absorption, which is a lot of persons say, hey, I drink a lot of water, and so I must be hydrated because I'm not thirsty. And so that is the reason why this evening I want to talk to you about the formula for health, which I go a lot more in depth in my two books, The Cellular Hydration Revolution and the Jamaican Alkaline Recipe Guide, that I've created a program from that I want to share with persons. And so I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, but I want to just back up a little bit, and I want to create a preface for what I'm about to share. Now, over my 12 years of running clinics all across Jamaica and outside of Jamaica, one of the things that I found is that a lot of persons who are sick, and in my last video I spoke about it, a lot of persons who are sick don't really want to get better. They want to feel better. The thing is that they don't know. They don't know that they don't want to get better. They want to feel better. Because we live in a society that's a microwave society. We live in a society where everything is quick, or everything is a quick fix. And so we live in a society where even healing and getting, improving one's health is a part of that quick fix system, right? And I found out that there are a number of things that we can do to help people to feel better, but they're going to keep on coming back. So I have to ask myself the question, am I in the business, or am I in the ministry, or am I preoccupied with helping people to feel better, or do I want to help persons to get better, right? And it works for a lot of people because a lot of people don't want to get better. A lot of people want to feel better. And so there's an industry, there's a market out there for people who cater for those quick fixes. There are programs out there where you can take products and you can do a quick fix. You can feel better if you're having pain, if you're having inflammation. Then there are a lot of quick fixes out there. But the question is, do you want to get better, or do you want to feel better? And personally, I want to be focused on people who want to get better. And I had to make the distinction because I realized that in order to help persons, in order to really gauge their mind, they can adjust their mind to make that commitment, because it is going to take a commitment. Because the real culprit, which brings us into the real culprit as it relates to disease, is not the disease itself. It is the habit that causes disease. And so because of that, my approach is very different. In January of 2026, that's January 23 to 31st, January 23 to 31,